All right, y'all, let's talk about this one. Shout out to Sam Hughes taking on Stephanie Luciano. I had to go with Sam in this one. Just felt like she was the more so complete fighter, the more experienced fighter in this one. This was Luciano's real first opponent, her first official opponent. I know she took on Talita Alencar. She actually fought her 2 times in a row from the Contender Series, then it made her debut against her. But, stepping there with an experienced fighter like Sam Hughes, I just had to go with Sam. Sam, over the past few years, this is her 10th fight in the UFC. She's been, really working hard and putting it together. And the one thing I say I like about Sam is, she never quits. There were still some holes in her game early on, but she's been really like filling them up. And I like how, she's just incorporating everything together now. That's something that I've always talked about with these other fighters. Like, they're lacking something. They might have one good attribute, but they don't know how to put it together. But I see Sam like really starting to put the pressure and use her cardio as a weapon now. Kind of like how Erin Blanchfield does. She's applying it to her pressure, and she's using that to kind of break her opponents. And that's what you got to do. You got to put it all together, man. You got to put it all together. That's what makes this level of MMA now just so different than like maybe 5-6 years ago. There's an evolution to it. You got to thank fighters like Weili, watching them and watching how they grow and how they incorporate new things to their arsenal. You gotta give those type of fighters props. So I like how Sam is doing this right now. She's putting her pressure together. She's putting her striking together. But it's like I said, in my pick in this one, I said Sam is gonna have to wrestle this striker. Push for the wrestling. She didn't get a takedown every single round, but the wrestling that she did use, it started to really break down and wear down Luciano in this fight. I mean, right from the jump in the first round, Sam did something new. She came out and put the pressure on. She was guns blazing. She was letting her hands go. Good calf kick right off top to slow down the striker. Luciano was catching her with a couple of good shots, a couple of good combinations up the middle, double jabbing and right hand and hitting Sam. But Sam made the adjustment. And when the leg kick came from Luciano's side, she would throw the right hook. She would throw the overhand right, or she would throw the left hook on the inside. So Sam wasn't just going in there blindly or blind striking. Like, every time Luciano would get off a combination, she would time it and knock Luciano back. So that's why I was saying, okay, that's effective pressure. She hitting her with knocking her off balance, but she also landing. She taking a few shots, but her striking looked more significant because she was landing more. Then gets her a takedown. She was able to get a takedown. Luciano bounced back up from the first takedown, but then Sam Hughes was able to bag another takedown in the first round and just use her strength and wrestling to kind of, just kind of frustrate and get the respect of Luciano. So I gave Sam the first round. I think the commentators were saying Luciano bagged the first round off the strikes, but I thought effective striking and 2 takedowns won Sam the first round. Then second round, Luciano started off sharp in like the first minute. She was landing, she was kind of starting to try to pick Sam apart, but something about her footwork, she just wasn't really like using the same energy she was in the last few fights. Like, she wasn't using angles, or either that or just Sam was really frustrated. Sam was coming in there. Sam was like really putting a lot of pressure on, attacking the legs and just constantly in your face. And I think that's one thing about that type of pressure, a la Erin Blanchfield. Whenever somebody's in your face like that, you got to be able to stand your ground and have those weapons. Like Manon had her weapons against Erin. You got to have those type of weapons. Luciano was a good striker, but she just didn't really have that pop or even that strength to stop it. That's why, like, after a minute of, out striking Sam jabbed, punched her way in, boom, took her down, almost got a finish. She was mauling her. She transitioned to a full mount, landed some good elbows, almost got a rear naked on her, just kind of like out grappling and just mauling the girl, and just finished the round strong with like 10 unanswered elbows. I thought that, Mark Smith was going to step in and stop it, but it wasn't like a, clean, I guess it wasn't clean unanswered blows from his angle, but, I thought Luciano was just eating a lot of shots. So clearly the second round was Sam's. The third round, though, I think Sam kind of took her foot off the gas here because Luciano actually went in and tried to get her own takedown, but then she was, Sam, she was able to take control. And Luciano mostly just did that to kind of create some space, just to kind of, stop Sam's offense. But it kind of slowed her down there because Luciano started landing more strikes in this round, landed in bunches. Sam still getting off her strikes here and there, still going for takedown attempts, but none in the round. I don't think she didn't get any takedowns in that round. So I gave the last round to Luciano. But overall, I thought Sam just put everything together. I think her style, was much more well-rounded in this fight, and that's what got her the victory. You know, she used her cardio. She used her cardio with the pressure. With the pressure came the wrestling. Well, with the pressure came the striking. With the striking came the wrestling, right? So it was just like a chain effect there for Sam, putting it all together until her opponent was just kind of like overwhelmed in the first 2 rounds. So, yeah, moving forward, if Sam is able to kind of do that more and more and just keep building her strength up like she's been doing, I think she'll be effective. The one thing I will say is, two things I'll say, Sam got to use that jab more. I like how she used the right hand, but I just like to see her use her jab a little bit more. I think it was there, against Luciano when she's on the inside, jab to that chest and neck, and defense. Got to keep those hands up. Can't take so many shots throughout these rounds, because the harder the girls hit, that's going to wear you down. So I would just say like jab and defense on Sam's side. But her offense, her confidence definitely stepped it up, and she was able to, get a victory. As for Luciano, I think Luciano just got to really work on her strength and her takedown defense. If she wants to focus on striking, those have to be her things. Maybe she need to take a page out of, like I said, Fiora's book, Joanna's book. If you want to stand your ground and do your thing like that, you got to have that type of arsenal. Moving forward, I'd like to see Sam, man, run it back with Vanessa Demopoulos, man. I remember that fight, a few years back. I thought Sam was winning that fight, but then a freak submission came out. I think that would be a good one to get back. So that's probably going to be my matchmaking Monday. I know Demopoulos has a fight coming up. I believe, who is she fighting? Is she fighting Talita Alencar or like Melissa Martinez or somebody? Well, whoever she's fighting. If Vanessa Demopoulos wins, I want to see her and Sam run it back. Even before they even get to like the rankings, I just want to see them two run it back, man. That's one I'd like to see Sam get back. I think she has the skills to do it now. But yeah, if y'all saw this one, man, like I said, evolution, man, right now, being able to evolve in the fight game is important. And you got to want it. And even on this level, like, though Sam isn't ranked yet, I see like a want in her. Just like you see on the higher level of Zhang Weili, her growth, she wants it. You got to respect that grind, which I'm going to probably talk about in another video. But some of these other fighters like Jillian Robertson, you see in that growth there where they're like, okay, like, I'm starting to get it now. Like, all right, this is my strong suit, but I can be stronger in this weapon. I can be stronger in this department as well if I start to put this together. Like, that's the thing. Like, you just got to use your natural abilities sometimes. Sam just naturally likes to fight, naturally gritty, naturally strong, so you got to say, okay, how do I incorporate this into my fight? All right, let's make a pressure style. Let's make a pressure style. Your striking's technical. All right, let's use that striking to pressure in on fighters. Same thing with like you see on a high level the champion Weili. Okay, T athletic. How we gonna do this? So, let's mix it up. Let's really push this wrestling. Let's really push this wrestling. Look how your body's built. All right, let's build up this muscle so our hooks are strong, our overhand rights are strong. Just different things, man. Like, there's a whole science to it. There really is like a science. But there's also just a mental to it as well, the psychology part too, just to say, okay, what is in this person that we can pull out of them that they can use to make them better, right? And that's really just what it is, man. Really just a part of the game, and that's why I love it. And that's why I'm going to just always talk the fight game, and that's where we keep it. So let me know, guys, in the comment section what y'all thought of the fight. What do y'all want to see Sam do from here? Stephanie, Combo Breaker 99. Make sure y'all hit the like button and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.